Hey chat, how we doing today? I have exactly zero things planned for this stream, and I swear it's not my fault this time. I absolutely got stuck playing tech support for basically the entirety of today. So I only barely submitted my vanilla bouncing ball assignment 10 or 15 minutes before the stream started. So today has been chocked. Anyway, last time we were doing... Right, we need to fix the eyelashes on this character. Because they're actually inside out. Like, if I pull up a... Sorceress... Spyro 3... So if I pull up this image here, which is probably the best image I'm gonna get... See how it's actually rounded up here? So I have to find some way to fix that. If I fix the face orientation. I swear some of these are like clipping on the inside of the eyes. I feel like these should be further out. No? So if I grab all this, just gonna grab the entire thing. If I grab this though and move it around, it's attached to the eye. Increase the grab on this. I wonder if it might be worth me just grabbing the entire thing and pulling it out. Not really. Maybe I should actually just... I'd say, like, remodel the entire thing. I come to think it... Actually, the more I look at this model, the more I realize, like, this model is just completely and utterly wrong. Like, the more I look at this model, the more I realize that the actual body itself, it just looks like it's... It just looks like it's an off-brand version of the original model. Like, yeah, sure, it might be a little bit janky, but like the original model that you see in this is like it's actually relatively even on both sides. Certainly doesn't have whatever's going on here. So I wonder if I'm gonna go back a file or two. So not that file, is it 3? That had the Sorcerer's Level 3. Okay, so these two are here, and I believe the Sorceress is nowhere to be found, right? Yeah. Alright, let's... I guess I'll just import the model here then. So 3D models. I'd be more interested if I used a different character for this, but I don't really have too many other options besides that. I mean, like, I could introduce all the other bosses, perhaps. That'd be a rather interesting one. And then... Shift S and... Selection cursor. Yeah, because now, like, the more I look at this, the weirder it is, right? So how would I go about fixing a model like this? Unless I, like, use the smooth function, but I don't think that's going to work here. Yeah, that's 3 meters long. I want it to be tall. I don't think using loop tools would help here. No, but it does make it look funnier. Yeah, there's like stuff clipped inside the model. Like, I'll be honest, the sorceress model looks kind of like a mess. I wonder if I tried symmetrizing the model, it would work. Can I even do that? Like, if I tried... Okay, this is going to be a really unorthodox way of doing this. Do I have the ability to move that? Yes, I do. Oh, interesting. For some reason, the eyelashes... Actually, no, it's not attached to the crown. I thought it was. So, P... Separate the selection there. Do I need to separate any other parts? Okay, no, it doesn't look like it. So I'm going to try the most unorthodox thing possible. I am going to try auto-mirroring this. So from the y-axis and positive y. Okay. The only problem now is, of course, the gem isn't really showing up on the model. That's fine. Probably. Okay, so these should all be merged together. Now I just need to move some of the stuff manually. That. Gotta remember to grab the inside faces too while I'm at it. Grab all of these and move them down a bit. Delete faces. Faces on this one. Actually, can I just select by trait and grab interior faces? Ah, but it doesn't count as interior faces because technically speaking this other half doesn't actually exist. But I can remove this and then just do this manually. Okay, so now if I bring that back, I should be able to... Just want to make sure I only get this. Also, I just realized that there's things up the top here that I need to fix. Okay, let's see. Where is face orientation? Hold in and recalculate outside. So, inside, and now I need to figure out what the hell is going on here. Shift in. Okay, what is going on with these eyelashes, hun? You expect me to believe that you just have reality warping lashes on command? Like, be for real now. Probably just cross over. And then this one here. Wonder why there's such weird geometry here. That's probably actually just supposed to be higher up on the brow anyway. And it doesn't want to rip anymore? What's the deal? What is your game, Blender? Oh, I got something. Okay, so that's probably supposed to go further along here. Okay, the rip failed now. So, apparently according to Blender, there's nothing else I can rip here. I beg to differ. So, we're going to delete the vertice and go from there, I suppose. I basically just have to reconstruct the entire face on this just to get even close. I can't believe I have to commit to facial reconstruction surgery just to fix some goddamn eyelashes. Vertex. Actually, I'll just reconstruct this for the second. Right, so how would I go about fixing a problem like this? Most obvious one is to just grab all the faces and just separate them from the eye. But the problem is, inherently, I think the eyelash is actually attached to the eye. That's the only issue. And this is just straight up inside the body anyway. What the hell is that about? Alright. There's still some more geometry inside here it's connected to. Grab that, pull it out. That one too. Don't think I didn't notice you. Cheeky little shit. Grab this, pull it back. Wait, is this, okay, no. I feel like this is, like the face is split inside there, but it shouldn't be there. Like, I know this is a PS1 model and they're not all the greatest, but like, come on, this is a bit absurd even for me. Like, there's just faces inside of each other at this point. Okay, I think maybe that fixes it. Good lord, that is a bit silly. Okay, but this one, like, if I move this, it just clips through the thing. Just clips through the face. I feel like that's actually supposed to be split in half. But it won't let me split, unfortunately. Is it because technically there's only 3 vertices to that? Like, it's a bit silly if that's the case. I've still yet to solve this conundrum over here. Okay, easy enough fix, I suppose. Okay, I think I've mostly solved this now. So if I check the normals now, they'd probably still be mostly inverted. And I'm actually going to have to sort a lot of these triangles manually. But thankfully, because the entire model is technically in halves, I can just do this however I please. At the very least, I can dissolve these. Get rid of those. Alright. That should be fun for a second. And... So if I check the orientation for all these... Face orientation. Now if I Alt-N and recalculate outside, yeah, now this is actually fixed. That's pretty helpful. Recalculate that. A, Alt-N. Okay, so the sorceress is mostly fixed. I just have to edit some of the textures so that it looks more normal. Alright. The crown itself is actually fine. It's the rest of the model that I'm concerned about. So if I grab, I believe it's this one. So now all of those should be consistent. I just need to grab this one here, I believe it is. If I grab this and move it along. And G, grab all this, get Y. Okay, it seems that moving any of this stuff around at the moment is just going to cause it to become a bit dicey. I'm going to go for it anyway. Where is my virgin sandals? It doesn't look terrible, it's just a little bit off. Can I... Yeah, I can actually convince this to move over just a smidge. So, grab this. And right there should give me the position I want there. Now, something I do probably want to do is just move this in a bit. Okay, just make sure I keep an eye out for any weird lumps and bumps. Looks like it's all good though. Maybe just... grab that instead, just a smidge. Alright, that should be good. And now if I subsurface this... It is not subdividing for some weird reason. Face orientation for a moment. So this is an object mode. Control 2. For some reason, it's not subdividing. Now, why would it do that? Okay, the mirror's applied. Oh, okay. Shading smooth apparently does that. But it, for whatever reason... Sharp edges or custom normals detected. There's no custom normals on this. Where is my... It should be in the right click menu. It is not though. Is it because it... Yeah, okay, it needs to be in that one. Clear sharpness and all that sort of thing. Apparently, the sorceress, for whatever reason, has decided that doesn't want to do what I ask of it. It just says sharp edges or custom normals detected. And like, I know the sorceress has sharp edges and all that because it is a PS2 model, PS1 model rather. There's no reason to do that. Why would Blender not want to... Is it because it... Oh, it might be because it's triangulated. That might be why. So if I turn this into mostly quad based, this should fix, I think. X. For some weird reason that's like that. Huh. Oh. Fail. I believe that would give me a quad. I'm sorry, that's the exact same one on both sides, and for some reason it just decides that it wants to destroy the UVs for only one side? Strange. Oh, I guess I have to fix it when I get around to it. So I can move those two. I wonder if I... Okay, if I edge slide that, it's just going to mess about with it, and that's not really what I want. You know, it's impressive when you look at the old PS1 models, and they're just so low in poly count. But because the way that they were displayed, you know, usually via CRT monitors, like, it didn't matter. It still looked relatively decent. Alright, so if I... Okay, I think this is the correct way to do this one. Yeah, that looks alright. Control X to both those. Grab this one here, this one here, that one there, oh, that one there. Just try and mirror it to the other side. You know, like, it's probably faster to use triangulate, but in this case, I would prefer the accuracy. It's like one of the few times that I would prefer it, actually. Okay, that one, that one. That one, that one. Okay, so that definitely broke some topology. So I wonder if it's these two that need to go. It is. Ah, okay, so it must be these two then. Hmm. Interesting. Those. I'm gonna leave those there for the second. And just make sure that I quad properly. Okay, so those are definitely stable geometry there. So that tells me these ones probably aren't. Because it's not entirely out of the question that they left regular tries in this model. I mean, unlikely, but not entirely out of the question. So there is that one on that side. That one. That. Those are probably stable geometry pieces, so I'm going to leave those alone for the second. I know for a fact those two aren't, though. Those. Alright. That's probably as smooth as I'm going to get that section. At least it's a lot cleaner than it was just before. And certainly not nearly as munted. Probably still need to work on the body though. So that's on the porch here. Those two need to go. Okay, no, that's stable geometry, so it's the underside of the arm that needs to go then. Yep. Oh no, maybe not actually. The underside of the arm is a little bit hard to read. That could be an issue depending on how things go. Actually, let's see how subdiv goes with this one now. It's still detecting sharp edges or custom normals. For some weird reason, I couldn't tell you why. If I try to quad this now, maybe it will work. So if I face tries to quads, okay, that cleans up that area that I didn't particularly want to do, so that's quite helpful for me. I will get rid of these ones though. No, I won't, because that is stable, like that's debilitating, stabilizing geometry. That isn't though. Is this? No, but that is that looks to be a end gone, so that's not something I want here. Okay, so how do I fix this then? Probably like that on both sides. But if I dissolve that, that's just going to provide issues. So maybe just leaving that as a try is probably my best option. Or at least my best option to just not completely obliterate everything. Subdiv surface. Maybe having the subsurf modifier last in the stack. Well, I mean, it's the only one in the stack. It doesn't matter in this case. And no amount of messing about with the edges is going to change the fact this is the way it is. Yeah, it's not doing anything. Like, it was working just fine before. I wonder if it's because I, auto-mirrored it. Couldn't think of any other reason why I'd be doing this. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to open... Here's number 5. And I'm going to... try and mirror this to be on the other side body. I grab this. Please. And I try to adjust these to be in position. As well. It's so weird trying to fix this model up, especially considering the fact that I've already subbed this one, so it's just going to make it that much more annoying. I wonder preferences if there's got to be some way to change the color of the face orientation. Let's see. In the themes part. Okay. And 3D viewport. Here we go. So if I do face orientation front and I just make this non-existent. Same with this one. So if I make that non-existent, now I can actually see where it is without having to worry about the blue covering up the rest of the model. We'll see if this actually helps or not. So that's attached to the eye, which makes me think it's supposed to be on the inside. Is there stuff looking through? Probably not. And recalculate outside. Okay, so we got some semblance of functionality here. Let's stick all these on the inside. Maybe I can find the outside part here. Alright, there we go. Found some semblance of normality here. There's a bit clipping in here. Also, I find it concerning that the sorceress's right-hand eye is still just red. Says the person who historically has had bright red eyes in the past, which everyone has found concerning. Bit of the pot and kettle situation we've got going on here, huh? So, I think that's almost what's supposed to be. There's some weird shading issue going on down here. It's supposed to be rounded out a bit, I think. So it vaguely works, but this one up here just doesn't. I wonder why that would be. Doesn't seem to be shading of any reason. At least it doesn't appear to be. The UVs are probably too stretched. But this one here is just straight up some weird speedy junction crap. Alright, time to just absorb all of these into one spot. Okay, that's a bit better. Okay, that's a bit better. Still quite wonky though. Y, just pull it out. Just make sure I really do these eyelashes some justice. Alright. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to half this and I'm going to put it to the other side. So, P selection. Now, if I grab this, this is either going to work perfectly or it's going to break everything. Guess it's time to fuck around and find out. Okay, it seems to work. Nose is back to normal. The mouth probably needs a bit more work still, but certainly not as bad as what it could be. So what, are these just in the wrong position, or have they just decide that they don't want to be normal? Oh, there's some interior faces here. So if I select by interior faces. Okay, those ones aren't even interior faces. Those are exterior faces, just so you know, Linda. I can get rid of those. Those ones don't matter here. Let's see. That around. I'll be back in a second, chat. Alright, back. Okay, it's not awful. I mean, like, the eyelash thing's a bit weird, but I don't think there's too much I can do about this, is there? Probably need to even move this along. Move that along well. Okay, not the greatest. I might have to add in an extra cut here and then combine these two. Okay, so that will fix that problem, plus it will just give me a little bit of extra ledge in that eyelash. I mean, it's janky, but to be fair, most models are like that. What I do find weird, like, is this a thing in the original model? Like, this white underside of the chin? It doesn't look like it, but I don't see any good images of these. Oh, actually, wait. Yeah, no, that's a thing. Huh. Who would have guessed? Not me, that's for sure. Especially considering the fact that the sorceress in the Reignited trilogy has like a yellow underside to her chin, but in this version it's white. I have a Linus on me. Hey Foxy, how you doing? Probably pretty well considering you have a Linus on you. I am currently trying to fix this model. I think I fixed the eyelashes. Probably need to G then X. Just pull those across a smidge. Until, like, they're in the right position. Oh, right, the snap is still on. I was like, why is it doing that? Okay, so those are fine. I just need to grab these and move them along. So if I put this away... Maybe if I move all these at once, it'll look a little bit better. Okay, that should work. Dude, I want to play Minecraft mod so bad. Now, yeah, I saw that you sent me a video earlier. I swear I'm not following you off. I just really did not have the time to see it. Because I was running tech support all day. But I'll watch it when I get off stream. But I've seen that thumbnail several times of the, like the guy's character, like it's just himself, but with the wide open black mouth. No, you're fine. Yeah, it happens, you know. So it is absolutely pouring with rain outside. I hope... Okay, it doesn't look like we have any washing. Alright, so the... Okay, time to fix the other elephant in the room, which is this thing here. I need to re-symmetrize the both of these because, well, I mean, the spine was, like, the bones were adjusted. So if I go to edit mode and symmetrize, okay, that should be fixed now. I mean, can you just imagine seeing that thing in the dark just run at you? Well, I mean, sort of, yeah. The shaders he had on made it even more scary, lol. What shaders was he using? Like, was he using the standard shaders? The spookiest one I've found so far, like the, spookiest shaders for a Minecraft horror mod, at least for me personally, was a specific set of shaders that made it look like it was PS2 era. Like Minecraft had been made for the PS2 type of thing. Like, it doesn't make sense at first, but, like, you see the mod pack and you're just like, ah, oh, I don't like this. Also, Bald Sorceress. Bald Sorceress. Like, damn, I don't like that. Alright, so... I'm actually going to parent this to the bone individually. Parent, bone. Because there's no reason for that to be weight painted. It was the kind that made the sunlight more realistic. So like just about any shader, really. And recalculate outside. So the shading on that should be more realistic. Alright, now it's time. I need to reparent this. Like, I need to reparent with weights. And now I need to actually fix the weights. This is still parented to the bone, right? Like, if I go into pose mode on this thing and rotate it, yeah. Okay, that's still parented. Good to know. Not parented. I want to go into weight paint. And I want to turn on X symmetry, so I remember to get all the parts of this. Make sure I get rid of all of this stuff before I paint in custom stuff. Also, eyelashes. Get the fuck out of here. Did not ask you lot to be here. At least the outside is easy, but the inside's like, bruh. Also, the fact that they were mimicking their voices made it even more scary. Sorry, what the Did I read you right? Did they say that they had, like, the people's actual voices being mimicked in this? Because if so, fuck that. Absolutely not. Nah, that's a war crime. Yes? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. That's an actual crime. Nah. No thanks. I should actually realistically be using my drawing tablet for this particular task. It would make things so much easier. Now, I could not with that. Like, it's one thing to have something look like you in the uncanny valley sense, but to have something actually straight up mimicking your voice, that's taken it just a step slightly too far. Also, my microphone mixer is getting in the way. I'm actually genuinely surprised, though, that more horror games don't mimic, like, use the microphone and mimic people's voices. Like, I am truly surprised that isn't a thing. I'm gonna set this down to probably about that. Make sure that this is off the eye. That. Oh yeah, and they can crawl under blocks, so if you have a base and you're missing a block in it, you're fucked. Okay, but like at that point, I just assumed that they would open doors and break blocks anyway, so like there's no point to that one, I feel. Like there are already so many mods that do the thing where they break down your doors to get into your base type of deal. Like, if there's anything that's truly scary when it comes to that sort of... Okay. If there's anything that is truly scary for that sort of thing in terms of Minecraft mods, it would be the, Terminator one that people use, like, oh, being hunted by a robot type of thing. Because what those things can do is, like, they can literally build up to you and, like, access you basically wherever you are. That's scary. Watching that video made me want to play Minecraft with a horror mod like that and play with a friend or two. I mean, fair enough. I might consider doing Minecraft horror mods if I get any sort of popularity. Mainly because I don't like myself, and I know chat would absolutely find it hysterical. Okay, so I think that's enough for the mouth. I just need to make sure I don't get anything of the bottom jaw on it. If you do, I would absolutely love to join, lol. I mean, yeah, fair enough. I think the last time I did any type of horror mod with other people was during the Herobrine Survival multiplayer days. Like, I believe it was CSMP was the last one I did. And the one before that was actually, hilariously enough, another Herobrine Survival multiplayer server, but, that one was like, oh yeah, it's a mod fairly similar to the... How do I describe this? It's like a mixture of From the Fog and the not OG Herobrine mod, but like the one that actually attacks you. Like, it's some weird combination of those two. And to be honest, I kind of miss that server. We can scare ourselves shitless together. I can promise you will not do my current anxieties any favors. Was it the one where it made the mob be possessed with the white eyes? Yeah, that's the one. It was really popular back in the 1.7.9, I believe it was, or like the 1.7 version that was really popular for modding. Like, y'all know the one. But yeah, like, it was quite a while ago. There's another mod the guy had on his video along with those terrifying mimics. Yeah, I'll have a closer examination of it when I get the chance. Because, like, the Minecraft modding, like, the horror modding renaissance that's currently going on is really cool, actually. And, like, I feel like we owe it all to the fact that Herobrine became a big thing again. And to be entirely honest, I'm not certain what prompted it. Like, it's all well and good for me to say, oh, it was prompted by the investigation as to who was originally behind the Herobrine myth. It's all well and good for me to say that. But it seems like there were other... I seriously want to stream horror mods. There's nothing to say that you can't, Foxy. Except for, of course, you being a little bitch. But, you know, it'd be like that sometimes. So get rid of all of this. I ain't no bitch. Yes, you are. If there's anyone that I know that's more anxious than myself, it's you. Don't you frowny face me, Foxy. You know I speak the truth. You hate me because you know I am right. How? You know... Chat, do I expose Foxy right now, just live on stream? Do I do it? I play horror so much, how does that make me a bitch? You are literally considering on letting me take your place in pressure to do the thing for the hunt. Not a bitch my ass. in my defense, I was feeling like shit. Okay, yeah, that's fair. It's like a contributing factor, the fact that you were having your current didn't feel like doing that one amount. Yeah, I mean that's fair. But even so, one of the reasons was because you're a little coward. That doesn't change my point, Foxy. But like for real, you should actually go ahead and stream it. I feel like it'd be fun. I'd probably, like, if I was doing that sort of thing, I would probably take it too far and decide to do it in VR, because I still have the capability of doing that. Nah. Okay, Caitlin. I still have the capability of doing that. If I was a coward, I would actually scream. How many videos have you sent of you just screaming in-game? Like, how many times? But I don't? I'm sure. Like, Foxy, I'm convinced the second that you saw the man from the fog, you turned to a goddamn fire alarm. We're gonna chop this stuff here too. Don't count me saying, oh god, or whatever is me screaming. I don't need to. You have sent me multiple Discord messages of you screaming. Multiple. And I don't want to be that person who exposes their friends on stream. However, I do not like it when people lie. Man from the Fog? Oh, have you not seen that mod? It's a pretty popular one. At least I don't scream like my friend. That is true. That is true. Somehow in your entire circus group of friends, you are the one that's least like a clown, huh? Yeah, I'm not gonna open that on stream because I know that particular clip is loud. There you go, enjoy that. I will later on, but not right this moment. Okay, so get rid of all of this, because there is no reason why the arm should be affecting the neck frill. You know, this is surprisingly chill, having this particular kind of music while I'm just doing weight painting. And also, don't think I don't see that on the back of the head, cheeky bastard. Alright, so I need to increase the strength around the shoulder joint. And it should hopefully not go too badly. Because the problem with this, the way this has become rigged, is now the paint is just all over the place, and I don't know how it happened. Like, I know automatic weight painting is not the best option, but it still should be a little bit better than what I've got for this model here. So it should be painted here. And I need to paint up here. And this should give me relatively what I'm looking for. I seriously would want to play the broken script, but if it's banned, I won't be able to. I'm sure you can find it if you look hard enough. I'm just saying, like, if you're going to do that, I would recommend getting a burner PC for that purpose. Because I've seen some of the effects that mod has, supposedly. And yeah, that's not something I would personally want to expose my personal computer to, you know? Like, that just seems a little too risky. I mean, they made a safer version of it. Yeah, but like, if you're not paying attention, it could get really dicey really quickly. So you have to be really sure of what you're getting is the version that you're looking for, you know? Okay, and that should propagate to the other side on the other arm. So if I do that, yeah, it's propagated to the other side. It still does all the classic scares and such, but won't shut down your PC. Yeah, Even so, like, the way that it seems to be shutting down the client specifically, like, you don't know if it's going to corrupt world data. Just in general, not even just to the one that you're actively playing, but just in general. So, like, obviously do backups and whatnot, but just be really wary of what you're doing when playing it. That's just basic computer safety, you know? Alright, so that should be fine. This shouldn't be influencing at all whatsoever. I mean, I already saved everything on my drive. Yeah, I mean, fair enough. Like, if you're that confident in all of your backups, then by all means go ahead. I'm not stopping you. I'm just saying, like, be careful. It's like any other spooky type of game. Like, if something that you've got, game-wise, is borderline malware, you should probably treat it like malware. Would be my advice. It's the whole thing. If it walks like a duck, it quacks like a duck, and looks like a duck, it's probably a duck, you know? Let's get rid of all of this auxiliary paint here. Because the only bit that should be in was the shoulder joint here. Yes, yes. What are you, Tom Nook? I'd just like to point out, chat, that weight painting is actually, if you're getting into 3D modeling, weight painting is going to be one of the more sought after jobs. Because a lot of the companies that are doing rigging for, like, say, VTubers and whatnot, want somebody to do custom rigging for their models. Where would I even get the mods from anyway? There's probably like a few dozen videos that have Discords that have access to the mod. Like, they would put the mod download somewhere in their Discord and that sort of thing. I'm not saying it's the best way to go about it, I'm just saying if you're looking for an easy way to find it, that's probably your best bet. I mean, just mods in general, not the broken script. Things like, I wouldn't say Nexus mods. Things like CurseForge, I believe, has them. Like, just anywhere that isn't 9 Minecraft would probably be a good starting point. I know there's like 2 main ones. I personally use CurseForge. So, the actual website, mind you, not the client. I don't like using the clients for these sorts of things. Otherwise, I think there's a second website. I don't for the life of me remember what it is, but I'll send you the link to it once I've finished stream. But yeah, there's like a couple of popular options you could go with. But if there's like websites like 9 Minecraft and like all like sort of weirdly named websites, maybe just avoid them because those are generally virus factories. Okay, so give it right up to there and then have it fade out on the wrist. The only problem is that it's gonna act a bit weird here, but not much I can do about that. Alright, now if I go into object mode for a second here, I go into pose mode. If I rotate these now, ooh, okay, I forgot to apply the mirror modifier. So if I just merge these, make sure that they're all good. And then I move this around. Okay, yeah. Have you seen footage of the Mimica mod? That one is spooky. No, I have not. I don't really follow Minecraft horror mods all that much. Admittedly, I had a bit of a phase where I was really into Minecraft ARGs, but that's an entirely different thing. Let's see. So I want to get back into the weight painting mode. Because apparently this one wanted to just grab all of this for some weird reason. It's just grabbing random parts of the mesh. That's the only downside with trying to rig a PS1 model like this, is that the weight painting is going to be janky. It's basically Steve, but lankier and very terrifying. Okay, interesting. Also, I accidentally hit the... Oh god, what did I do? What did I do? Chat, help? What's happened? Did I accidentally disappear the... Oh Jesus, yeah, I'm thinking the same thing. What the hell happened? Why is my screen suddenly all pink? Lots of red? Yes, very much so. It's just that in layout mode. Why is it pink? What did I do? Oh, I think I flipped it upside... No? Kind of. If I remove the face orientation for a second here... Okay, something got botched. What was it, though? Rutro? Yeah, Rutro Reggie. Okay. I fixed it, chat. It's fine. We're good. The pink face orientation color is probably why we all got flashbanged for a second there. But it's fine. We're good. Alright, back to weight painting. Now that interruption out of the way. Okay, so I think I want this bone here to control the neck frill. Look, it happens sometimes, alright, chat? It can happen to anyone. I can send you a pic of the guy if you're interested. Yeah, sure. Okay, and orange on the underside. Now I do want to ease up on this section here just a smidge. Because I don't want the entire thing to be controlled by that. Make sure that is colored in here. And I'll color down here too. That's probably good enough. Probably need to color this side though. Oh. Make sure that this is really well colored in. The rest of the body, like the spine, the chest and all that, that does need to be relatively evenly divided along the spine bones. But that is actually not too hard. It's not as hard as everyone expects it to be. Like, everyone complains about how difficult weight painting is. It's just tedious and boring. It's not specifically hard. It's not any harder than, say, retopology or any of that. Like, any of the higher level stuff for 3D modeling. It's not any more difficult. Just as tedious, maybe. Right. Should be good. Now this one I need to be cautious of because it is also going to be slightly intersecting with the tail here. And obviously I want the tail to have full range of motion, yada yada yada, we all know how it works. Let's see. One of my friends sent me an image of like a Roblox game. I assume it's like a title card image. But apparently it's AI generated, and it would be rather amusing to have a look at it, but not right this moment. Alright. Let's grab that. here. And then these legs, I'll just remove all of this here because this is entirely pointless. I have to like really be careful of this particular weight painting because good lord is like the leg is basically interconnected with the bottom of the model, and painting that's going to be an absolute trial of patience, I think. But we'll see. Alright, and now paint along here. There, connects up to the rest of that. Yeah, like, actually animating this is probably going to be, like, the biggest annoyance that the, and I believe it's Insomniac made Spyro 3. Insomniac had to deal with when making this model, because could you imagine trying to make a walk cycle when the legs are basically putty? Like, damn, bro. Could not imagine. That'd be so annoying. Did I not fix the tail? I'm sorry, I thought I fixed the tail. Okay, I sent it and I marked it as spoiler because I'll probably delete it once you see it because my lord. Is it that bad? I didn't think it would be. Tail go Bert? For real, tail go Bert, what's the deal with that? I thought I fixed the tail earlier. I have to fix the UVs on that, but it should be okay now that I've done that. Alright, so if I go back into weight painting now, good thing I noticed that before I attempted to weight paint it, because that could have been quite disastrous. Okay, let's see what you sent me, Foxy. Oh yeah, I've seen that before. Yeah, I think I've seen that in a couple of YouTube Shorts clips before. Honestly, like, it's a cool design, don't get me wrong, but to be fair, there are far more horrifying things that people have made in recent years, so, I give that like a solid 7 out of 10 for creepiness, though. But yeah, I have seen that one before. Like, I didn't know what it was called, but I have seen it. Fair enough, yeah. It takes a lot to rattle me in terms of horror characters, though. Like, you would need to have a pretty, like, horrific design for me to even flinch these days. I think it's the eyes for me. I think that's just the main reason why I find it unsettling. Yeah, because, like, the eyes are hollow. And, like, that's half of the course when it comes to anything that's vaguely adjacent to the Mandela catalogue. And you can argue with me all you want, Foxy, but that's basically what that design is just Minecraft Mandela catalogue. But yeah, I can understand why some people would get freaked out by that specific type of creepiness, you know? Because it is very much Uncanny Valley. And then the foot as well. Just colour this in a bit more. I think, like, the real sticking point for me specifically is, I'm not as affected by creature horror as a lot of other people are. I'm very much more psychological horror rather than creature horror. But, like, I get it. It's just, like, with things that people enjoy, like, things relating to horror, people are afraid of different things. Like, chances are you could probably get me to do some rather horrifying stuff, but the second you want me to walk into, say, like, a hospital in the middle of the night, nah, I'm out. Fuck that. I think it's like, it's about, like, how I find seeing things with huge grins on them are unsettling to me because of the uncanny valleyness. Yeah, and also, I feel like in your specific case, Foxy, and, like, this is not me trying to diagnose, but I feel like the grin is probably associated with something else in your life, and that makes you automatically suspicious of anything with a huge grin. Like, I might be wrong, but I feel like in your case specifically, that could be result of something else. Okay, I think that is good. So I'll just make sure I do the painting for the fruit bone here. Make sure I get all the other side as well. And then the tail can be connected to that section, basically. Erase that. Alright, now I can start getting rid of this stuff, because it is going to absolutely mess with the model. Make sure I get all of it. Now I don't need this affecting the underside as well. Maybe it's because of the fact that I know nobody can be that happy about anything, and it seems very unnatural to me. Yeah, okay, so, chat probably... Well, actually, I don't think there's anyone who knows about this, because nobody has seen me at breaking point before. But whenever I get really upset, as a reflex action, I just grin really wide. And it's like not out of choice. Like, if I'm upset, like, I'll have the biggest grin on my face known to man. And that's just sort of the indication that you've fucked up. Horribly. Like, if there's two things you should be wary of, especially when it comes to me, is if my eyes are wide open, or if I'm grinning widely. If both are happening, you're probably beyond fucked at that point. Like, whatever you've done is beyond salvation, and you should probably make peace with whatever god you happen to be praying to. Like, I assume it's because of some other particular problems I have that I have that issue to begin with. But, like, I know it's inappropriate, it's just that it's a physical reflex that I can't prevent from happening. So, I guess in, like, that case, you would be correct in assuming that it is basically a threat posture. Just like how an animal rears back before it strikes type of thing, you know? Alright, that one as well. Range there. Side as well. Now I do need to edit this bone here and just center this, because I think I moved these in response to the body being asymmetrical originally. Okay, so now if I bring this into pose mode. Okay, that should be good. How about the tail? A little bit janky, but like compared to what it could be otherwise, not that bad. I'll probably give it like another set of subdiv surface to really drive this entire thing home, but like, that's not bad in terms of rigging or modeling. Well, rigging in general, rather. Okay, there is a bit of weirdness going on there. So I'm going to bring this back into weight paint and see what it's doing. Also, I see that's doing some weird shenanigans there. Also, I'd say another reason is because of a very specific dream that I had as a kid. Had a dream about a man that was staring through the front window in the dark with a huge grin on his face, showing his teeth, staring directly at me. Yeah, that will probably do it. Like, I certainly wouldn't want to have a dream of that. Okay, so that needs to be pulled back up a bit. I don't know why it's so far down. Certainly doesn't need to be on the haunches, for goodness sake. Have some decorum. I even just bring that up. Yeah, it should probably be a bit better. I need to remove this as well, because, like, okay, the model is 3 meters tall, and yet somehow all of the paint was overlapping itself. Like, how does that happen? Excuse me, chat. That dream traumatized me so much as a kid that I literally would make it my goal to get to my room before it got dark and just watch that window the entire time walking to my room. Literally always expected something to be there staring at me. Nah. Oh, truly the imagination of a child is a wonderful and horrifying thing, huh? Like, if it makes you feel any better, the thing for me when I was a kid was rats. And it sounds like a really specific thing, but I had this chronic, basically debilitating fear when I was younger of rats breaking into my room and, like, scrounging around in there. So much so that one time... Okay, this is really silly. So one time I was up in the middle of the night because I'd just woken up and I could hear a little... Eek, 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 eek. It was relatively regular, but I thought, oh shit, it's a rat. So, like, I was absolutely horrified, right? Like, I thought, oh god, there's rats on the floor. I need to get out of here. And then, like, after probably, like, a very long 15 minutes, I eventually realized by looking over that the windows of my room had been left open. Like, I left the windows of my room open, and the squeaking noise wasn't from a rat, but it was coming from the curtains squeaking as the wind was blowing them about. And I still, like, even knowing for a fact that it was not in fact a rat, I used the bed as, like, just a walking platform, and I used a nearby box as a stepping stone, basically, to get to the curtain so I could close the window. And hilariously enough, there was no squeaking after that. So, In fact, I'd say that's what gave me my fear of the dark, because my brain would always make me imagine, and unfortunately still does, just some figure standing in the darkness with a very wide grin and big eyes popping out. I'm just saying, wide open eyes are not immune to lemon juice and salt. Make their eyeballs into a margarita, Foxy. Teach them a lesson. Anyway. Probably need to... What's with that smiley face, Foxy, huh? You like the idea? Oh, okay, yeah, that's messing about with the top there. Oh, it's like messing around with so many things. What the hell? It's like messing with the back of the model. It's messing with the eyebrows. Like, good lord. Of all the things I expected to say, make a Mandela monster's eyeballs into margaritas was certainly not on the list. But I mean, hey, it happens, you know? Somehow I feel like that one's gonna get quoted out of context. I mean, hey, if it works, it works. That is true. Okay, so if I put this into pose mode... Rid of that. And I'm in texture paint mode for some weird reason. Okay, there we go. Why is it still... It's like messing with this down here. There is no reason why it should be affecting down here. It's still messing with the head. It'd be so much easier if, as I said, if there was a paint bucket that could prevent that from happening. Like, I could just remove all of the weight painting and then just redraw it in. I suppose, like, without automatic weights, which would have been the easier and probably the better way to go about this, but I'm not smart. Like, there are a lot of things I can be accused of. Smart's not one of them, though. Especially not when I'm 3D modeling. Pose mode. Okay, it's still affecting the eyes. Make sure that I get all of this. Even though I know for a fact this thing is still going to do weird stuff. Back into pose mode and see if it's fixed. To be fair, like, that's not too far out of the way. Oh, it actually kind of is, though. It's like affecting this section here. Alright. For a second there, I thought they said scared and not sacred. But, like, good lord, the bots are just getting more and more incomprehensible as the streams go by. At first it was, like, actual human names, and now it's just keyboard spam. They've got to be running out of ammunition at some point, surely. Okay, let's see. So go into weight paint. Ah, I can actually weight paint from here. By the way, yes, I do still have that fear, and yes, I still sleep with a small light on in my room because my brain hates me. I mean, understandable. Who am I to judge? Oh, I can actually, like, actively weight paint this stuff, and it will just go back to normal. Oh god, what did you do to the schnoz? Don't worry, it will be fixed in a minute, Foxy. I forgot this was a thing that I could do, where I could actually just weight paint while things were posed. So I can actually weight paint this stuff now, and it should hopefully fix. Get that like that. Just make sure I color this all in. You'll understand in a second, Foxy. So you know how, like, I had a bit there that was, like, clipped up into this and it would move with the paint? Now that I've done this, it will no longer move like that. It will do what I want it to. Even though it's, like, straight up in the sorceress's face, it doesn't really matter. So if I go to do that, Alt R, and then all of a sudden, now we've got something that's more well-suited for animation. Hey, at least you're not getting those bots that are like, hey, your chat is a ghost town, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, it would be kind of amusing to see them try. And weight paint, because apparently the eyes... Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to separate them and I'm going to attach them to the head proper because this is just getting a little bit silly. Grab that, edit mode, L. Oh wait, that's on the bone. L, and that one as well, and P, selection. Edit mode. Grab that key, and then I actually need to set it the other way around. And then parent to the bone. Now if I do this, that should not still be doing that. Why is that parented to the wrong thing? So parent to bone. Okay, it's still doing the thing. Oh, it's weight painted on the other side somehow? Actually, no, that's not. That's the face orientation. Weird. Okay. Pose mode. I have to figure out what's going on with this lot here. There's like some weird sections here that are... Wait, paint. There we go. For some reason it's like that. That doesn't need to be there. Go. I'm sorry. I can't even get the joke out, but like, y'all know what this is about. Oh, why does it look like that? I cannot for the life of me get this thing working. She looks like she's trying to be the dog of wisdom. She looks like... looks like she walked into a Target bathroom and heard the most foghorn shit, like, coming out of one of the stalls. And that's just the face you make when you hear that. Like, damn, how do you make a face like that? Like, the sorceress just unlocked a new emotion, huh? Okay, go back to weight paint. Apparently, physiological distortions are a valid way to unlock emotions, huh? Alright, so... just do all this double checking. And it will hopefully do exactly what I want it to. Now, why would this be moved like that? There's no reason for it to do that. Probably this one here. It's just weirdly distorted along here. Why would it be like that? Wait page. Odd. Like, I swear that was just the spokesperson face of Taco Bell, you know? coming from the person who has never eaten a bite of Taco Bell in their life, and it's probably for the best that it stays that way. I'm sorry, but my mind has just generated something hilarious. By all means, share with the class if you feel the need to do so. Okay, so now if I go into pose mode... Okay, it's like not nearly as bad. But that needs to stop. And this actually needs to be able to move backwards with it. When you had her in that pose with the top half of the face the way it was, all my mind could think of is the Vine boom sound effect when you move the top... When you would move the top half of the mouth down. Oh yeah, it's just the, oh yeah, I know exactly the image you're talking about. Yeah, it's basically like that. So... yeah, that's a bit better. You know what the worst part is? The fact that you said that, my brain automatically comes up with the sound effect. Like there's one specific image, right? I'm just trying to remember what it's called. Is it, I forget which, one is that? Oh, right, hang on, where is it? Here it is. It's literally just this fucking image. It's the same image. Like, you can't convince me otherwise. This is just the exact same image. It's just the Shrek face. Foxy's probably dying over there. Like, this is supposed to be the penultimate final boss of a game, and I just turned it into a fucking Shrek meme. Okay, all this looks good. Yeah, I need to do something about the eyes. Anyway, it's probably gonna end off stream because it's like getting almost to 6 o'clock and I'm streaming like well past the time that I normally would. So I'm just gonna let Foxy die quietly in the background. I spent basically the entire stream trying to fix the sorceress's weight painting. That's kind of embarrassing. Anyways, is there anyone for me to raid? Probably not, but I can go and check anyway. There is not. Alright, I shall see you on the next stream where hopefully I'll have something actually planned this time around.